Here, Mike's live.
Hello and welcome to the first game of the 2019 Major League Quidditch Championships between the Minneapolis Monarchs and the Washington Admirals. Big game here with big consequences. Winner is just one game away from the 5 seed and a great chance at moving on through the quarterfinals. Loser will have to win 2 games in a row just to make those quarterfinals. Hello, welcome to the first game of the 2019 Major League Quidditch Championships. And we are live with brooms up. Maxmeyer and John Sheridan run to the ball, but it ends up in the hands of the Minneapolis keeper, Wagner.
We've got a strong point defense out there for Washington. Ball's been passed over to the wing. Number 4 has got it. He's coming back towards the center. Now the ball's been passed back behind the hoops to number 9. She's unable to get it, and Tyler Trudeau's going to be there on the recovery.
Yeah, this Minneapolis offense largely runs through chaser number 4, Max Meyer, leading scorer. You saw keeper immediately dished off to him early on that play.
It looks like Minneapolis wants to attack from the wing, or at least they do early. And the Admirals are going to run their offense through to their keeper, number 19, Tyler Trudeau, Team USA.
Yeah, Washington showed a lot of zone this season, and you can see Minneapolis trying to attack that from the wing as Sheridan has it over there.
And we've got Ben Mertens coming, or number 33, coming around. He's going to have the ball up top. Meyer's doing a good job keeping him wrapped up at the point. And that's going to be a great strip from Meyer. Ball's going to be out of bounds.
So out of bounds goes to the team that did not touch it last. We'll see what the call is. Hard to tell from here. And it's going to be Washington ball in the hands of Ben Mertens. Of course, out of bounds, he has 5 seconds to inbound it or walk it across himself, and he's just going to dish it off to Trudeau.
Drew's going to come up with a beater up front. We're going to have an exchange of beats up top. He's not going to attack. He's not going to attack on the exchange of beats. Meyer's going to hold that point defense. He's going to let him come around. There's a blocked bludger from Trudeau, who's going to dish it. And that's a goal for Washington.
Yeah, you can't have that kind of beat. That is a free block there for Trudeau. So Minneapolis finishing second in the North Division, and that was kind of going against all expectations. But then Washington finishing 4th in the East was also not particularly expected. Just a 3-9 season for Washington. They never really had together with the roster between injuries and people not being able to show up. They still don't have it fully together here. They're missing Team USA's Julia Baer. Obviously,
another exchange of beats up top. Meyer's going to attack from the wing. He's going to miss. Shot went wide.
Yeah. Some back contact there from Sheridan, but no call on the play.
Good defense up there from Washington. We had the hoops chaser step up, and Tyler Trudeau slid over, and Meyer wasn't able to convert there. But it didn't look like he was going to be able to convert either way.
Trudeau with the ball on the wing, swings it over to Sheridan. Bludger control with the Admirals. Zane Balia and Moses Smith, their starters, still in the game. Trudeau's trying to get a mismatch here.
And we got a pick up top. It's going to... Meyer's going to pat...
Wagner's going to be in possession here. No rush against a 2 bludger set. Washington still nursing a 10-0 lead.
Yep. And so far, Minnesota's offense hasn't looked great. And the ball's going to go back behind the hoops. And that should be a goal right there. So unable to convert again. Are you worried about the shooting from the Minneapolis so far?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like those early morning jitters. We saw that weak beat that led to the goal on defense, and that weak shot there. I mean, that was a no-budget situation. Should be a fairly free goal. Obviously, it's never a free goal against Tyler Trudeau's hoops defending, but Mertens is taken down there. A nice tackle by Meyer. Ball passed over to Trudeau.
The ball swung across, the ball swung across the female chaser all across the hoops, and she wasn't able to pick it up there and put it in for what would have been an easy goal.
The ball's back in the hands of Meyer. You can see them basically making a full line shift with the exception of Meyer.
We've got an exchange of beats down low. Meyer's up top with the ball. Point chaser gets knocked out. Here comes Mertens to point defend as well. Meyer's going to hold on to the ball up top. He's got no support here. Washington isn't able to get a bludger up top to force a turnover. Now he's got help with the beater. Got an exchange of beats there. Still outside on the wing. He's going to look to make a move. It's decent point defending up top. And he's going to cause 11 strips it and recovered by number 27 right at the hoops.
Yeah, Melissa Smith quietly made that play. She won the exchange of beats at top first, and then she was able to force the beat out from Blanchard and not lose control, and that allowed Zane Balia to just create havoc in the middle of that defense and eventually force the turnover.
And now the ball goes out wide to Mertens, 33. He's going to go across again. This time she's able to catch it, and it's an easy goal.
Yeah, big play there by I Aug. This team still down 2 of their key female chasers. We talked about Julia Baer, also Mari Nurbavig, who sustained an injury in their Super Series up in Boston a couple months ago. On the roster, but we haven't seen her anywhere near the field yet, and she still has a wrapped ankle over there on the sidelines.
And Meyer's going to have it on the wing on the outside. He's going to come around back. We're going to get a step up from 19 Trudeau, and he's going to miss on the shot, but he shot it back towards his hoop, so they're going to be able to maintain possession here. 27 driving. He's going to have a free lane. It's good. We've got good body contact there from 11. He's able to force another turnover.
Yeah, it's another big defensive play from John Sheridan, UMD star, part of the Team USA Developmental Academy this summer. Sustained that tough knee injury early in the season here in MLQ, has slowly rehabbed back, and you can kind of see that he's a lot closer to 100% than he's been for the last few series.
And it's going to go out to him now on the wing. We've got a little bit of a mismatch here up at top. And they're going to switch out of it.
Big block there by Balia.
And now he's going to attack John Sheridan, number 11. He's going to get to the hoops, and he's going to put it in. He's been the best player on the field so far.
Yeah, I mean, he is the missing piece that Washington had in a few of their last few series. It's just him not being 100%. You could see that even when he was playing, his knee was just giving out. There was no slowness there. You could see the quickness on the drive. To get by a player like Meyer like that is an impressive feat. And Washington here, it's only up 30-0, and they could be looking to really get into a comfortable position here.
And we've got the ball back to Minneapolis. We've got 21 on the wing with a beater support. We've got some contact up top from the beat, and now he's going to make a move. He's going to pass it back to 57. This is lateral movement here.
Yeah, no need to probe here, but they do have bludger control. And Washington's sitting deep with their one bludger. None here. Pass to the female chaser.
She was beat before. That goal's not going to count, but they do get a recovery. Slow rebounding from the Admirals. We're going to have it back up top with 21.
Minneapolis, you almost just feel like they need to hit that first goal just for the confidence booster. They're creating the chances, they're just not finishing.
And now Meyer's behind the hoop. He's gonna clear on the bludger. He's gonna look for a place to shoot, and they're gonna put one through that. The free rebound there really gave Minneapolis that goal.
For sure, and again, they went to their leader there, Meyer, curving his way through that Washington defense. That's done such a good job in collapsing on a lot of their other players. 30-10. For those who aren't necessarily used to watching MLQ, just a reminder of how these rules are going to work. At the 20-minute mark, we're going to have a timeout, and it's just going to come on pitch. It's going to be worth 45 points. It's not going to end the game. The teams will be fighting for a set score that will be determined at the 20-minute mark.
We've got some action up top. Good beat there from Minneapolis. It's going to force a turnover from Mertens, number 33. 57 is going to pass it out back to Max Meyer. He's on the wing. He's going to look to attack. There's one bludger. Great tackling there from 33, Ben Mertens.
Huge play there from Mertens. That's a goal if Meyer gets by him.
Absolutely. They're going to discuss it here.
Looked pretty clean from here, but they were obviously closer than we were. Obviously, two-handed tackling legal in Major League Quidditch. You've probably seen a lot of it. If you're wondering why it wasn't getting called, that's why. Looks like they're going for a no call.
Yeah, I think that's a good no call by the referee, by the ref team there. And we're going to restart with Tyler Trudeau, number 19, with the quaffle.
Yeah, and this second beater set here from Minneapolis with their head coach, Cody Narveson, has definitely done more damage than the first line. But now we also see a second set from Washington. It's their two-male beater set of Zamidi and Perry Wang, two very talented players who've had a lot of success together this season.
And Washington with bludger control is going to look to make a beat, and Trudeau's going to dish it there, a bad pass. It's going to go over Iannucci's head and out for a turnover. Yeah. And then we got another stoppage to play here.
The only thing he couldn't do there was throw that high. If he threw it low, she would have caught it. If he threw it through the hoop, it would have been a goal. And he just missed her. It was not her fault at all. Got to convert there, especially when your beaters are doing work like that in the beater game.
Yeah, with no bludgers, even with you're in attack with no bludgers, you're going to look for Trudeau to get to the hoops there.
Yeah. And that is something he has had to kind of work into his game, is that the fact that really nobody is an automatic at scoring in a no bludger situation anymore, because two-hand tackling is so much easier than one-hand tackling.
It's a yellow card for contact after beat for number 97.
Oh, beater. You're gonna imagine it's gonna be a pretty free goal here for Sheridan. Narveson is between him and the goal, so he will probably have to reset.
And on the foul, the ball's going to get turned back over to, and Sheridan's going to get going here. He's going to wait for his beaters, and now he's going to attack. He's going to spin away from one, throw back across to Trudeau, and Trudeau right in front of the hoops. That's the automatic goal you're looking for.
Yeah, you can see it developing from a ways away there.
The beater's going to come back in after the goal.
Yeah, but I don't know if these beaters are going to have an answer in a standard set for this Zamidi-Wang combination. Of course, Wang, the key piece in the beater game at least, of that University of Rochester college championship run, played for Bosnia this past season, now down in the D.C. area, and he's been a big contributor.
And Meyer's going to look to dish it off here and attack from the wing again. Let's see if they get the ball back over to him. It looks like the beaters are paying him a little extra attention. The ball's going to go. They were both in the middle. It's back behind the hoops. Now he's going to dodge the beat. He's clear, and just an errant shot over the hoops. A little flick that didn't work out. The ball's going to go back to him up top. The beat misses again. He's able to dish it, but it was no good. There was really no support after that first, what I assume was a shot missed.
Washington got very lucky there because the midi missed two very easy beats. Up, and Wang looks like might have caused an injury on a tackle.
Athletic trainer. Pitch one.
Maria, can you move the camera?
So Washington here is up 30. What do you think they've done better in this game so far to accomplish that?
It's been the chaser defense. I think the chaser defense. The beaters have been good. The beaters have been better, but the chaser defense has really excelled.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's that. It's also just those missed opportunities. Minneapolis has had the ball behind the hoops anytime they've wanted, kind of unmarked. And so far, they haven't been able to capitalize enough on that. That last possession, like I said, Zamidi missed two beats, and just they couldn't make nothing out of it.
Yeah, the ball movement's been fine from Minneapolis so far, but they've been terrible in front of the hoops. They've had a few easy shots that should have gone down that haven't.
And I appreciate what Washington is doing here, which is they're leaning hard on their top line, Tyler Trudeau, John Sheridan, knowing that this game is their season. They win this game, they've got a chance of 5 seed. They could actually make a deep run in this tournament. They lose this game, you have to win 2 in a row just to make the quarterfinals, and probably have to face either Austin or Boston. It's not a great proposition.
After one for a second, can you one score that starts by the time we get back?
So plays about. And it was illegal contact from behind on beater Cody Narveson, and he's going to get a yellow card here. And I apologize, that's Perry Wang wearing Cody Narveson's jersey. Play about to resume.
So yeah, beater foul is going to be a quaffle turnover. They were just a little late in establishing that.
Minneapolis is going to take a timeout here.
Time is 9:07. Thank you.
So we're here in the first game of the day. We're just in a timeout from Minneapolis. Scores 40-10 in favor of Washington. Just a kind of reminder of how this format's going to play out this weekend. This Saturday morning is going to be a double elimination bracket until we've eliminated 4 of our teams from the tournament. The remaining 5 still standing in the bracket will become the 4 through 8 seeds as determined by their performance in the bracket, and will join the first place team from each division in the quarterfinals, which will take place late this afternoon. Those will be best 2 out of 3 series. These are just single games.
Who is looking for bro?
And they're going to restart here at 9:07.
Yeah, we're having a little issue with our time, so ignore that for the time being.
And the blue card is not going to count towards his yellows, so you get 3 yellows before red. And play will restart here. It's going to be Minneapolis ball.
9:30.
And Washington's still going to have bludger control. Ten's going to be beat here. We've got the ball in the wing as Meyer looks to drive. And he's going to take a shot off a nice drive. That looked good to me.
That went right through that hoop. We're the only ones with the angle, though.
The ball's going to come out of play. The refs are going to look to sort it out here. And it's going to be a goal. That was a great shot and on a great move there by number 4, Max Meyer. The goal is going to be counted as good.
Also, off the timeout, first time we're seeing Tyler Trudeau and John Sheridan out of the game. You'd think between the injury timeout and the timeout called by Minneapolis that they could have just kept them in. They would have gotten some rest.
Absolutely. And now we've got to look at a little drive there after the bludgers are cleared. And it's going to be a good goal from Washington. A good response there, especially, as you said, with Trudeau and Sheridan out.
Yeah, I mean, Dale Farning's been a competent second-line ball handler for this team all season. And Minneapolis is also finally taking Max Meyer out of the game. Both teams really ran that first line into the ground, or at least their star players.
And there's a missed beat there by Perry Wayne. It's going to allow a drive. Number 33 is going to take it. His defender's all over him, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to put it through. So far, it has looked like the beating game for Washington has been much stronger. They've been able to maintain control for quite a while.
This 2-male line, though, has missed a lot of beats. That was another goal created by a missed beat. Zamini and Wang, I think, have at least had 4 missed beats already in the defensive end. Ooh, that is a low tackle.
That is not going to work. That was a beater there. That made contact, but they're going to call it incidental, and they're going to continue play.
Yeah, let the kids play.
Just probing now for Washington.
With bludger control. A hard hit there on Wang, though. He's
going to dish now to the wing. A big collision there. He's going to keep probing and find the goal on the opposite side on the little hoop.
Yeah, Riley Starr's looking like an old-school Arjen Gadassi wrecking ball there going through the lane. Just bounced right off that keeper's contact.
Absolutely. The keeper went in with the shoulder there and didn't wrap, and that's you see what happens when you don't wrap up.
Yeah. You can obviously see the shoulder logic in the old one-arm tackling. You just want to put that force in, but when you got the 2, just hug them.
Absolutely, and then take them down after that. So we are going to get a card here on the beater. It looks, I believe, who touched the keeper up top. They just gave them advantage, and Washington used that advantage very well. But he's going to stay in the game because there was a goal score off of it. Now Minneapolis is going to take the ball up, going to look to do something here to get bludger control back. Still unable to get bludger control back. And now Washington's beaters are going to have some free reign to go after the ball carrier. Ball goes nowhere. It's going to be a terrible turnover at midfield. And we're going to get a quick attack and a good tackle. But he's not able to bring him down. Still unable to bring him down. Now he does. Some good chaser defense.
There's an advantage call, though, and I think it's going to be a very free goal for Riley Stars because That advantage is going to put him wherever he wants in the keeper zone, basically.
Looked like contact from behind for you?
I don't know. I think they may be calling neck contact. Definitely didn't look like contact from behind. It was called on the initial contact all the way at the far hoop, not on the contact on the near hoop.
The ref crew so far done a very good job, I think.
They have. We have led by Alex Amadal here, very competent. Gameplay director Josh Mansfield also on the crew, rocking the brand new MLQ white referee hat.
In stores now?
Yeah, in stores now. You actually might only be able to get it at the merch tent right now, so sorry all of you online.
We should have Snitch cam later.
From behind.
Yeah, so contact from
Not
behind is
too tight.
called. So the way the rules work is on an advantage call in MLQ, a quaffle player can choose to line himself or herself anywhere on the keeper zone line. It's to prevent the entire defense from crashing on that player as they lie on the ground and the referee hasn't called advantage yet. So Star should have a very free goal here.
And it is.
So lead goes back up to 40, 70-30.
And again, that Snitch is worth 45 points at the end of the game.
Yep, and doesn't end the game. So even if Minneapolis is down 50-60, they can make a catch and be right back in this one. And Washington has really, really struggled in the Snitch game this season. I believe 3 catches total in 12 games.
And now we've got more probing here on the side from Minneapolis. It's really, I mean, they're not going to be able to get much done with bludger control maintained so strong in Washington. But we're going to find some offense here. But it looks like she was beat before. No, they're going to call it good.
Oh, which means the keeper hasn't touched, which means that it can't be a goal. Yeah, so that's going to have to be reset to the keeper. I thought she may have been beat before, but
Washington thinks so too. It looked like beat before to me.
Call on the field is a goal, though, which means the keeper's going to have to take it back, which will kill the fast break opportunity. But yeah, it's tough to probe this defense with bludger control because they're just sitting in a 2-2 zone with their beaters sitting deep. So you don't really have great options there. You kind of need to unlock that with a shot at some point.
Although Minneapolis did a good job there, they were able to get to a 1 bludger situation with a beat trade, find an opening behind the hoops that has been open all day, and it's finally converted. And we've now got the ball on the wing outside.
Yeah, Mari Nerbovic back in there. A sloppy play from Miley Stars there. Ooh, grabs it right off the boundary line.
And now he's going to attack here, going to pitch it out to the left, come back to the center. He's going to have a free opportunity, but we've got great defense inside from 14. Although the ball's going to stay. Another sloppy pass, it goes back out. Now 23 is going to make a move. Look to dish. The defense should collapse there. It doesn't. Ball gets back out to the top.
No bludgers. Washington just needs to put this through. Oh, that is some neck contact.
We've got net contact there.
Oh, nothing called, though.
And a shot miss.
Hard to imagine how Washington didn't score there.
Yeah, they had all the opportunity in the world. There was some sloppy passing, some sloppy play.
You got to imagine that the Trudeau-Sheridan line puts that one through.
Yeah, I think so too.
Great play by the beaters there. They created a no bludger situation for a very long time.
And Washington still with that bludger control. We'll see what Minneapolis is able to do. They were able to make a beat trade last time and attack the 1 bludger set. We'll see. I'm assuming that's what they'll come with here. An easy slip has Porter who comes back.
Oh, big catch there.
Able to shake him. Gonna bolt through the hoops. And that's just not going to work.
We've got an advantage call, though, but that contact, I feel like he didn't even initiate the contact. I don't know how it could have been dirty.
Yeah. We just have a lowered shoulder through the chest by number 27, the keeper.
Just going back a play, though, I do want to name drop Beth Muller, who made that incredible strip right at the hoops. Sometimes you just got to go for the ball hand when you don't have time to make a tackle.
Yeah, it was a great job. It was a great defend. The ball was a little loose about to shoot, and she was able to pounce on it.
So they're calling neck contact, it looks like, on Dale Farnan.
Washington's got to feel a little snake bit right now by the calls. A lot of them have knocked on their way just now.
$13.51. Hate to set up the timekeeper for this game.
And Minneapolis is going to start right in front of the hoops. They're able to put it through. And they're clawing their way back. They were down 40, now they're down 20, and they're right back in this game.
Yeah, they're taking their opportunities now. They're actually finishing. It's been a great shift by their second line. And also Cody Narveson, coach and beater, has really done a good job of at least mitigating the advantages. And we are seeing a 2-male beater set now out of Minneapolis.
We've got the ball up top now with Trudeau.
Yeah, Trudeau back in the game here.
And just probing, letting their bludger control work for them.
14.
He's going to stay behind those beaters. He's going to look for an opportunity. The ball's going to go behind, but we're going to have another good play by number 14 in front of the hoops.
Yeah, you can't force that pass into his own defense like there. And again, it's Beth Muller with the big defensive play. She's been big for them since coming in.
And Meyer's going to come back in at keeper now.
Yeah, it seems like they're almost matching subs of Meyer with Trudeau, which makes some sense.
And there's a big turnover there right in the middle of the field, and Trudeau's going to look for the fast break opportunity. He's going to get all the way down. It was a sloppy substitution really led to that. Allowed too much time with the ball carrier up top that wasn't a threat to attack the hoops.
Yeah, the beaters blew up that play in the middle of a subline. It was a real nice look from the beater pair here from Washington.
Yeah, so Minneapolis just a little sloppy in this first game so far today, and that's really been the difference.
Yeah, I mean that's what you see. That's a nice advantage Washington has as being the veritable home team in this tournament. I mean, DC not all that far here from Richmond, Virginia.
And now we're gonna have a little bluff fake there. The shot misses.
And Trudeau's gonna be gone.
And there's one beater. He's gonna make the pass. It was a bad one, but it's gonna get to 30 anyway, and they're gonna put it through.
Real nice composure by Dale Farnan there, who was in full stride and had to turn into a two-handed scoop and did it in style. Really, I thought the beater, because he pump faked the ball out of Trudeau's hand, should have been able to make that turn and beat on Farnan, but could not.
And that play really set up by an attack from Meyer that went straight when a beater that looked like he was going to go after that second bludger rallied back to the play, and he wasn't able to convert the shot.
Pat Rarden making an appearance now in the Washington Qualifier game. That's a name from the past. It's from our time now. Old Maryland player.
And now Meyer's going to come around the hoops. He's going to probe. It looks like he was beat before he released the ball, but it's going to stay with Minneapolis. They're going to get beat again. We've got the ball up top. We'll see what happens. She's going to fling it back to her hoop. That's a really good rebound.
Yeah, that's an illegal reset. When you throw back over the midline, you have to do it to an eligible receiver. Clearly not the case there.
And on the illegal reset, the qualifier is going to turn over.
Yeah, Minneapolis has run into a problem since they switched to this 2-male beater set where Max Meyer's trying to do everything. And one player can't do everything against a 2-2 zone because there's too many people to block that mid-range shot. Yeah, so the illegal reset call, it's going to be Mari Nurbevic's ball. She's going to have to slow it down, though, because Trudeau got beat in the fast break.
And I think Washington's going to look to take a timeout here, or not.
Yep. Good to see Nurbevic in the game, though. As we mentioned, she was injured and missed a couple series over the summer. Originally from the New Orleans Quidditch programs before coming up and playing for DCQC and USQ.
And now the ball's going to go back behind. He's going to get beat.
Yeah.
Give up the ball. That's nice beating there from Minneapolis.
Yeah, that first pump fake was good,
play.
but then Rarden just got caught in a spot where he couldn't get the ball out of his hand fast enough. Narveson's going to need to take a break at some point. Yeah, it's Blanchard back in. Blanchard, who really struggled, I thought, in his first shift here.
Mm-hmm. What do we need to see from Minneapolis for them to get the score a little closer?
I mean, they're staying in this 2-male beater set, which means they need to find a better offensive look than the Max Meyer show. Though it looks like it's going to be the Max Meyer show again here.
And he's just going to, he's going to get wrapped up behind the hoops. It's going to be, and there's a timeout.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, Washington's defense is set up. A 2-2 zone stops the single-player hero ball game, and that's all they can run in this 2-2. They have to involve these female chasers. They have to involve their other male chaser, because Trudeau has been for nearly half a decade now just one of the best at the hoops make your tackle keepers in the game, and he's stepping up. He's hitting them. Meyer's off balance. He can't hit the mid-range. Even if he is going towards the hoop, he has a female chaser behind him to make that block. So,
and Minneapolis has been at their best when they've been trading beats between that 2-2 zone, attacking from the wings or behind the hoops, and then having ball movement to create that extra opening.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, this is still a 40-point game, which means Minneapolis goes out there and catches the snitch, and we're only about 2.5 minutes from that. Sorry, our timer's a little off there. Yeah, that would be an even game again, and that's when we get into what is Washington going to do. We know Tyler Trudeau is a good seeker. He saved Team USA against Australia last summer. He hasn't sought once for this team this season. There's been chatter that he might be, but obviously they have him in the game here at 17:38, which means if he's going to be seeking, he's not going to be doing much rest.
And it's looking like they've wanted one break for him in the middle of the game and had to have 2 long shifts at the beginning and at the end. I think you're right about that. Conversely, what does Washington need to do to put this game away?
I mean, they really want to pick up the pace here. I feel like when they're running in transition, Minneapolis has literally no answers for them. They have more answers in the half court when their beaters can relax. But right now, Minneapolis has bludger control, so we'll see what they do there. Both teams in 2mm sets now.
And Trudeau is going to come out here, maybe to seek. We'll find out.
It's going to bring Lawrence Lazewski, who's... we mentioned Patrick Warden being a name from the past. Lawrence Lazewski is a World Cup 4 veteran from Michigan State who hasn't played Quidditch in quite some time. Also a former Team USA player.
An errant pass there is going to flip out, but Washington's going to maintain control.
Yeah, the goal ref has, I believe, Varden stepping over the hard boundary.
And you mentioned
Good goal reffing there from Ben Strauss.
and a really errant, easy pass there from Lazewski.
Yeah.
Caused that turnover. Just a very unnecessary turnover.
Yeah, I mean, he plays like someone who hasn't played Quidditch for a long time. He's super athletic still, and that shows through, but, you know, sometimes the basics still get away from you. All right, so fast break here.
And now Alex Obenor is going to take it. He's going to attack. He's going to get to that right into that zone defense and get stopped at the hoops. Lazewski's going to pick up the ball in his zone.
Yeah,
that's an interesting.
Mike Sindall. But go ahead.
That's an interesting choice there from Obenor to attack right in between 2 players.
Rocking a hard place. So Washington's just all out in their third line right now, which is an interesting move when you've got a timeout coming at the 20-minute mark. But they probably just want to keep people fresh for Snitch on pitch, which tends to be a marathon of running in fast breaks as the beaters in the quaffle game, or in the Snitch game.
Well, the ball's going to go out wide to number 5 out here, Lazewski, and he's going to put it through. Nice little flick there to get around Beth Mueller, who's been good at the hoops of this game.
Yeah. And ball movement is something we haven't seen much of in this game. At least it's been sloppy ball movement a lot from both teams.
Mm-hmm. Not quite crisp enough. We're gonna see them trying to extend that zone again out on the left side this time.
Yeah, this is what we want to see more of from Minneapolis. As Lazewski gets a wrap on him.
Gonna go right back to it.
Yeah, but you need Carlson to take that space and force the beater out of the zone. You want the pass to Carlson now, and you want Carlson to attack. And that's just not what Wagner's seeing. Now Carlson's all the way back up top, and the zone can just shift over to him.
Mm-hmm. Minneapolis has been able to get bludger control back. That's going to be important as the Snitch comes back on pitch. Or as the Snitch comes on pitch.
So 30 seconds to the 20-minute mark, which at that point, there'll be one possession. Once that possession ends, we'll go to the 20-minute timeout.
And there was a nice little flick there to create an opening, but the goal was no good. A nice drive and dish there. Lazewski's going to take it down the field. He's going to be on a fast break. A long pass there. The beater's just going to be all over that one.
Yeah, need more force behind that one. And Minneapolis picks that ball up just before the 20-minute mark, which earns them a whole extra possession, which they're going to try to use here.
Washington's defense good in front. Another long pass, but a missed beat. Going to pass it back up to Beth Mueller. Beth Mueller's going to put it through.
Yeah, that was a really sloppy beat there from Lauren Dyke, and it's going to cost them a goal going in the 20-minute timeout.
Okay, so walk us through what both teams are going to be doing here. Washington up 100-6. Washington up 100-60, up 40. So what are they going to be looking to do to the end of this game?
Right. So the difference here between what we're used to seeing in USQ rules and this current MLQ rule set is that 100% of the time, both teams are always advantaged by catching the Snitch. And because Snitch is worth 45 points, that means the beaters are almost 100% always going to be on the Snitch. A really good beater might be able to dash back and forth between the Snitch game and the quaffle game. We've seen Max Havlin do that sometimes, but again, that's top of the top. You can't be responsible for your team giving up that 45-point swing. In the meantime, though, you could see the teams looking to do different things. I would think that Washington, with the physicality advantage, is going to want to jam it down the throat of Minneapolis. while all the beaters are distracted. Minneapolis might try to slow the game down a little bit more.
And traditionally, do you expect the game? Do you expect the game to get faster, slower? What are we going to be looking at? What's the pace of play going to? How's the pace of play going to change now that the Snitch is on pitch?
Again, it's up to these teams to dictate that. I think Washington's going to want to run and gun. I think that Minneapolis might want to slow it down and try to catch and then play this game out the way we've been watching them play out in the half court. Because you could argue that Minneapolis has been the better half court team and Washington's been the better transition team.
You can make that argument, yes.
I mean, you could argue that Washington's been better in all aspects of the game, and that's why they're up 40 points. That's totally fair as well. I see what you were going. I would say Minneapolis hasn't scored once in transition, though.
Yes. Well, right at the end there, on the fast break, they were able to do it. But again, just a little sloppy from Minneapolis on the whole, and a little sloppy from Washington too. But it's I think that's first game of the day syndrome.
Yeah, for sure.
We've traditionally seen some of the biggest upsets played early in the morning.
Yeah, and it's really played out in the beaters. The number of beaters that have missed their first beat of the day in this game has been large, especially on Washington's side.
And Trudeau is going to don the yellow headband.
His first time seeking this season.
Can you make this picture bigger?
No.
Our Snitch is going to be Tad Walters.
We'll have picture-in-picture here. The small screen will be following the Snitch, and the large screen will be following the Quaffle.
Interesting that Lazuski's going to take the keeper headband here with Snitch on pitch. I think he's going to you're going to see that old school style of look to out athlete the other team.
Yeah,
less passing.
So Ian Meyer is actually going to be the starting seeker here for Washington. He's going to be going up against Luke Zach from Minneapolis. And Tad Walters, Terry Walters is where will be our Snitch in this game.
And Minneapolis going to have bludger control here to start.
Yeah. So no bludger situation, but Lawrence Suzuki not in that much of a rush.
And very quickly, bludger control is going to come back.
Good screen there by Iannucci. Meyer's got to fight through that screen better. He got put all the way behind that play. So 110 to 60 now the score. Set score. Winner is the first team to hit 170. Of course, we'll be running the timer still, but it doesn't actually matter. Time is no longer a factor in an MLQ game after the 20-minute mark.
And Meyer's going to have the ball up top, and he's going to look, like you just said, he's going to look to walk the ball up and make a move and score in a semi-half court. A nice little floater there from Meyer.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to see from Meyer all game, but he hasn't been able to get that deep into the lane because of the beater presence.
And Lazuski's going to look to run through these guys, it looks like.
Yeah, and why not? Washington can exchange goals until this game's over. They're up 40 points. Oh, big tackle there by Mueller.
Mueller's been great at the hoops this game.
She has had a great defense. And this is what Minneapolis probably wants here. There's going to be a pile-up that's not going to get broken for a while. Tyler Trudeau is in the game, and he's one-on-one with Tad Walters.
Good play there from Tad.
Good play by Narvison there to get bludger control back from Minneapolis.
And yeah, you're exactly right. This is exactly what Minneapolis.
Yeah, Minneapolis is going to choose to break this up. Joseph Race is going to go over there and beat. Burgess and Zane in now for Washington in the beater game. All two male beater sets from both teams.
And Zach's going to take the ball up again, make a move. The floater doesn't go this time. A little ambitious there.
Yeah. You got to wonder how long Washington's going to stay in this third line shift. There's the call to get Patrick Gordon out of the game. Obenor now in at seeker for Minneapolis, going up against Trudeau, who's getting a lot of time here with Tad. Narvison cleans up the play, though, in the seeker game.
Admirals back up top with the ball.
Sheridan finally back in this game.
Going to pass it to the wing. Sheridan going to get it back up top. Going to look to take on Luke Zach. They're really looking to spread out. This is good offense here from Washington, but Sheridan unable to complete the play at the hoops.
Yeah, Sheridan did the hard part there, not the easy part. A big tackle there, too.
But Washington is able to come up with the rebound.
Yeah, he just
and
doesn't have any
tackle
help.
there by Max Meyer.
Oh, there it is.
And Iannucci able to put it through. Yeah, you've got to be closer there with Snitch on pitch.
We've got a stoppage.
We've got a stoppage in time.
I think that foul is going to be called against Minneapolis. Even if it's a yellow card against Max Meyer, that doesn't have the effect that it would have in USQ. In MLQ, it's 3 yellow cards to a red card. So picking up your first yellow card deep into the Snitch game is probably not going to make a big difference.
And it was on that tackle at the hoops.
Yep. And the Washington goal will still stand, and they'll rule off his penalty time. So 120-70 to score. Washington needs 5 more goals or a catch and 1 more goal to win this game. The 4th seed from the East Division looking to take down the 2nd seed from the North Division.
Play's going to resume here with Minneapolis' ball.
Minneapolis Beaters doing a real nice job here, though. Narveson makes a mistake there and loses bludger control. He is going to create an opening for Obenor, though.
And the ball's going to go right to the middle. We got a nice little post up there from 27.
Yeah, he was a little taller than his defender, just a little bit.
Washington has been able to maintain bludger control. And a great catch there from 0.
Yeah, big chance here for Obenor.
Washington choosing to slow the game down a little bit. They're coming out spread out.
Ted Walter's a great snitch. This game could easily just go to set score here, no doubt about that.
And they're going to get the ball to Sheridan here, who's going to attack, which is, I think, where they want to be in this game. I think they want the ball in Sheridan's hands with the snitch on pitch.
Yeah.
He's going to attack.
I think that one
no good. This call is no good. It looked good to me as well.
Yeah, I don't know how Hoop does that without that ball going right through it.
A break there for Minneapolis.
Yeah, they need to capitalize. Luke Zach back in the game at Seeker now for Obenor. Oh, he's long arms. Oh, that's a heck of a catch. I think they're gonna.
And in the meantime, Minneapolis is gonna score a goal. They are gonna capitalize on that.
Walters the snitch is looking for a call on the Seekers there. He got charged pretty hard into. Good play, more good play though from the Minneapolis Beaters here in the snitch game.
Yeah, it's looked better it's looked a little bit better since the snitch has come on pitch. Washington content to continue to be and a goal there from Washington.
I like the change to Riley Stars here in the Quaffle game. He's kind of been their wrecking ball so far. Though he is going to pick up a blue card if anybody saw that, which I think Josh Mansfield might have. Swatting is legal in MLQ, but when you swat, it has to be the first contact you make with it. If it hits your chest first, you can't swat anymore. That's what Stars did there, but I don't know if there's going to be a call. Washington needs 4 more goals. And I think this is where you start thinking about, hey, let's just throw Tyler Trudeau back in the Quaffle game and let's score 4 goals.
Yeah, it's been the Quaffle game has slowed down significantly for Washington. I don't think it's been as good. So.
Well, I mean, Farnan is a very good distributing keeper, but he's not a big keeper. Right. He's not a drive-it-down-your-throat keeper.
And Myers going to look to score again. He's going to get a good wrap.
Yeah, great play by
Farnan. Go out to Mueller.
I think he heard me.
They're going to get to 57. This is good.
Oh, that's a lot of net contact.
Yeah, there's some good gang tackling here by Washington, and they've just got to smother that ball now.
Yeah, but it might be a while before Washington Beater can clean this up.
There you go.
Oh, and Luke Zach caught.
Oh, he's excited. That ref's like something.
So we will wait to see what the call is. 45 points for a catch here. It would basically knot us up at 135, 130, but both teams would need 4 goals to win this game.
That's a big catch there if it's called good. Yeah, I just think that the Washington Quaffle game has been a little slow since the Snitch came back on pitch.
Yeah.
Their best moments have been when Sheridan attacked the hoops and Laziski attacked the hoops.
So the catch is good.
Good. Big time from Luke Zach. That said, it is going to give Washington, who's been better. Oh, we've got a pile right by the hoops as well, the Washington hoops.
Yeah, everyone has to stand up after a stoppage, which is actually kind of playing to Minneapolis' advantage. If their keeper can be strong enough, he might be able to just wrench this ball through the hoop. First to 4 goals from here will win this game.
Come on, guys, let's go.
The Minneapolis Beater is also actually the closest beater.
They're going to have an opportunity here to really go ahead.
You, of course, can't beat the keeper. I'm not sure where in the pile the keeper is. Oh, yeah, he's right on top of it. Farnan's fine, so he'll be able to eventually get this ball. Looks like Farnan did establish solo control of the Quaffle, so that'll be keeper ball.
Yeah, that's a big play there. It's going to keep them basically knotted.
Oh, no, sorry, they stood him up again. But again, Farnan still can't be beat. They're
He's
just back
going
on
to
the
try and
ground.
go right to the ground. And Washington, this is not going to be a goal for Minneapolis here.
No, eventually Washington will baby him to some degree, but let's get Trudeau back in this
Must
game.
be because he's been a huge bright spot for them when he's been on the field.
Yeah, like I said, this is their season right here, so you need to get Trudeau back in. Oh,
Passing
big
ball
misspeed
to
by
White.
Blanchard there. Oh, wow, but
They're going to look to go behind the hoops.
yeah, a worse play there from Burgess. This is going to be a no-budget situation.
And Myers going to have an easy goal here if he's able to.
Oh,
and a
great play
tackle
by Stars. Meyer never saw him coming.
Great tackle there from Stars.
Yeah, Meyer is completely distracted by the bludger, and Stars legally just blindsided him. That's a season-saving kind of tackle right there.
Absolutely. And Farian going to look to distribute up top. Probing.
Yeah.
Going to get it back to Stars, who's also been good.
Yeah, Nipple making his first shift here on the wing. Tries to set a screen, but it's really just getting blown up by the beaters. A nice pass over to Farnan, really spreading the
Minneapolis
field.
realizing finally that Washington has no beaters to protect that ball carrier. It's going to lead to a long pass and a turnover. And Washington still has no beaters, but Minneapolis slowed the ball.
I think
and
that
that's a
speaks
mistake.
to how much Minneapolis has struggled to score in transition. They had a no-budget situation. They're like, nah, we'll pass.
So working in the half court here. He's going to make his move around the hoops. Ball's going to go across, but it's an errant pass. Just a big tackle here, but maybe...
No, right
maybe,
play there. He steps over that line, it's a turnover. So you're just trying to drive him out of bounds.
And Trudeau finally going to come back in this game.
Yeah. He's got to take over here. This
Yeah.
is his game to win. Bludger Control still with this 2-male set from Minneapolis. They finally found the 2-male set that seems to be working for them.
Yeah, towards the back half of this game, since came on pitch, they've been able to maintain decent bludger control, and it's made things much tougher for
And it's because they've been able to rely on Beth Muller to play above her size in the defense. So then you're sitting in your 2 female chaser set, and that doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's been great right at the hoops.
Trudeau looking to drive in the lane.
He's going to dish here, and it's going to be good defense there from Minneapolis in front of the hoops again.
Yeah, Nervovic can't finish there. You just feel like that's the route he wants to be able to throw to Julia Bear right there.
That's it's a tough sell there. And Minneapolis again trying to make a drive in a no bludger situation, again unable to do so, but they're going to get the ball back up front to Obnor. And he's going to drive, dish to Mueller, and she's going to put it right in.
I think Washington needs to meet this 2-male beater set at some point.
They're going to have to deal with it because their offense has been not nearly as good.
Well, it's tough against when you're constant bludger control, which is what they've established at this point. Zuski, you have to worry about him forcing it a little bit here.
We've got a pick up top. He's not going to use it.
Yeah. Oh! What a look there from Lazuski!
Yeah, he saw her out of the corner. That was a great look. And a nice little deflection to get into the hoop. No need to catch it when you can just push it right in.
Yeah, I mean, she knew she didn't have much time. That's kind of
That was a great
that's the
pass.
Lindsay Morello volleyball spike right there.
That was a great pass.
Apparently, Lindsay Morello is staying behind me. Exchange beats there.
And now the Monarchs attacking again. More good chaser defense from the Admirals.
And this is a one budget
and now
situation.
Lazuski, this is exactly what he wants.
That's a free goal there. Oh, is there no goal call? Wait, what happened? They called him off broom? I have no idea what the call was.
I don't either. So the Monarchs should have the ball back up top. Washington has bludger control again.
Oh, nice play by Lazuski.
And he's going to make a good tackle here. And we'll see if Washington can force the turnover.
Yeah, I'd like to see their beater doing a little bit more there.
Yeah.
The Chasers really tried hard to create that turnover.
When it's first to 3 goals wins, creating turnovers at midfield is really going to be important.
Oh, this is a no budget situation.
Still probing. Tyler going to try and look up Ognor. And a nice dish, a nice catch, and an easy goal.
That was with no bludgers, with neither beater in the play for the Minneapolis side. That's bad from Washington. They need to meet this 2-male beater set, or they're going to lose this game.
They are able to find bludger control, but really now you should be trading bludger control for goals.
Yes, for sure. You run right through that lane. You do what you have to do to score.
Nice
Trudeau.
look
Great block by Obenor.
He's beat out, so Washington's going to be able to get the ball back.
Yep, because his deflection is what forced over the out of bounds.
And we're going to get it back to Trudeau here.
And Trudeau's going to drive.
Yeah, he needs to put his hand through that hoop.
So first to 2 goals here will win and be 1 game away from the 5 seed.
Okay, fine. It's all fair game.
It's an exciting game to start us off here this morning.
That's a good one. They're going to get it back out to Meyer. You were talking about forcing early, and some of these drives have been bridges to nowhere.
Yeah, Meyer hasn't been able to make the impact he usually does just because of the physicality of Washington.
And he's going to come back again behind the hoops. He's going to take the shot. It's not going to work. There's going to be a rebound from Washington who's going to pick it up. Trudeau's going to attack. There's a bludger back. A nice play by Meyer to slow the attack down.
He even got the strip out of Trudeau, but unfortunately didn't have a teammate there. We've got an advantage call going, I assume, Washington's way.
And on the restart here, Minneapolis is going to have bludger control.
Unless this card is against the beater.
Yes. And you're right. The two-male beater set has been big time and really been what's gotten them back in this game. Minneapolis back in this game. And it is going to be a foul on Meyer. So
that's his second. So now it's actually, the game is almost over, so probably not relevant, but could be relevant. You got to take your advantage here.
You've got to exchange beats here. Oh, and a nice beat there. They are going to get it back. Yeah, you've got to use that. You've got to use bludger control here.
No rush.
To
you have a full
goals.
minute here on this power play. But yeah, I agree. Someone's got to initiate here on Nervison, the beater with the bludger. Sheridan back in the game now. The first line in, and Nerviv again. Basically, this is this team putting out their best foot forward. Oh, that ball went right through that hoop.
And we're going to get a look at it from the ref crew.
Hard to tell from our angle. All right, they're going to wave it off.
No good. And the pass, whether it was a shot or a pass, it ended up right around the shins of Mertens, who wasn't able to put it through.
Yeah.
But you've got to catch that there.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason I figured that didn't go through is because none of the players acted like it went through.
And Washington did not trade their bludger control for a goal there, which I would have.
Yeah. This is something we've talked about with Washington in the past. This is not their first game that's next point wins. They lost one of them to Rochester, lost one of them to New York as well. And it was the same kind of thing. They weren't able to score those pivotal goals down the stretch.
And now the power play's about to be over for Washington.
Oh, good play there, first turnover, and there's no bludgers.
And Trudeau's going to look to take it.
Narvison's going to get it now. Trudeau puts it through.
Nice shot there from Trudeau.
And we have a call. I think if there's a call in the beater game here, I think Washington's sideline might riot. If everything stands, it would be a good goal that would put Washington 1 goal away from a win. Yep, and it looks like the call's going against Washington because Trudeau does not look happy.
No, he is not.
I was like, no way. This isn't everyone.
Yeah, it looks like the goal's not going to count. So what does Minnesota need to do here to with only one bludger to
So a legal swat basically was called there on Ben Mertens, and that is going to turn the ball over and negate the goal. Whew. This game is on a nice edge right now.
It's an exciting game so far.
Trudeau's looking to force the turnover. I like the
And he's
play.
going to get beat out. Yeah, it's fine. He's going to go back to the hoops anyway, so there's no harm in
Mertens
it.
is going to take a sub. It's going to be Riley Stars, who's been one of their bigger contributors back in the game. Balia can't make the stop there.
And that's going to be no
Dyke throws
bludgers.
it away. Stars needs to make a
Big
play on Meyer here,
mistake,
but Meyer
Meyer's
slips
gonna
himself.
Some sloppiness here from both teams, which has kind of been the theme all game.
Yeah. Wagner trying to get past Sheridan here, but he hasn't been able to do that all game. Good play by Dyke there to give Blanchard some trouble, but it is budget control Minneapolis. Can they use it to create a goal?
Both teams have been hesitant to do so, which has been interesting. And we've got some exchanging of beats here, and Meyer's not attacking. Now the ball comes out. It's a good beat.
Balia's still alive. Oh, he misses Balia. He's going to be able to pressure here.
And now Meyer's going to throw the ball away, and it looks like there's going to be no blood.
And Tyler Trudeau is all alone.
And
Oh, he
bad
doubles
pass. He's still going to look to attack, and it's still a free goal. And they're now one goal away from winning this game.
That was Zane Balia and Lauren Dyke creating that play in the budget game. Getting budget control and creating no budget situation while on defense. Huge from the beaters.
And now you look to attack the ball carrier here. Beater's going to be behind him. We've got the trend. Nice catch there from 6.
Yeah, Balia's having a huge shift right here, and Dyke might be able to force a turnover. She is. Trudeau's going to win this race with Mueller. Definitely no push there. Nothing to be called. And here it is. Washington's been in this situation before. Are we considering a foul here on Trudeau?
Big man bias.
There is no foul to be called here. That was shoulder to shoulder at its finest.
Don't tell them you tripped.
Yeah, to me it looked like she might have cut him off.
Yeah, no. At most it was shoulder to shoulder. I don't even think he threw his weight into her at any point during the play. No call.
And they're not going to call.
All right. So Washington's been here before. You need 1 goal to win. You can throw your budget control at it.
Right.
You don't need budget control at the end of this play if you score. Your beater should be going crazy on this
And
play.
they are going to have Sharon on the field as well.
Yeah. And Mari Nerbovic as well. Their best line that they can put out there, I think, based on their results so far in this game.
And again, this is going to end at your pace. And that's going to be a good catch.
Oh, big catch.
From
Trudeau's
2.
in the lane though. And he hits his shot! Washington wins! Just let Trudeau too deep into the lane there as they were trying to get budget control back, and he's going to finish those. So that'll do it for our first game. So the winner, which is now Washington, will play the winner of Rochester versus League City for the number 5 seed in the quarterfinals, which is a seed you could actually advance to semifinals from. Again, this is the 4 seed from the East Division. Meanwhile, Minneapolis will now need to win 2 in a row to even make the quarterfinals, and they will do so as one of the lower seeds. It's a heartbreaking loss. These teams obviously both put all their energy in that one, knowing the value of getting that win.
Yeah, and really, as you said, what an exciting game to start off our championships.
Yep. So if you give us 1 minute, we're going to get a player from the Admirals over here just to do a quick interview, and then we'll be back for our next game, which is going to feature the Toronto Raiders and the New York Titans. All right, we're here with Washington Admirals keeper, newly winner of an MLQ Championship game, Tyler Trudeau. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry, I thought Harry was asking for me. So tell us a little about that game. Obviously you guys came in as a 4th place team, they came in as a 2nd place team. Did you scout heavily on that game knowing how important it was, or were you guys kind of just prepping in general for this tournament?
We very well knew that Monarchs were going to be a tough game to play as their 2 seed. They've been playing a lot of good Quidditch recently, especially it being their first year. We really were excited to play them. But as a whole, we've just been prepping for MLQ Championships. We know we're in a really tough division with New York, Rochester, Boston, so we knew if we could get to the big dance, we could really make any game competitive. So that was really our main goal going after our New York series, and just waiting that we would make the tournament. We did, and now we're here, and we got a win, so I can't complain too much.
So obviously we've talked a lot throughout the season that you guys have kind of struggled in the secret game again. You don't get the catch there. This is your first time seeking, though. Yeah. Do you think it's becoming something? It's not that you guys don't have the talent in the secret game or the beating game. Do you think it's just kind of a mental block? Do you think the grabs will come when they come?
I feel like it's gonna be we're either not gonna get a grab all day, or if we get a grab, they're just gonna keep coming at that point. It's really been just getting that thing off our shoulder, really. So I feel like once we start getting catches, we're going to be good. Tad's a really great snitch, and Minnie made a really good pull on that play, so can't really complain too much. And Yeah, I'm a little rusty on my seeking game. I haven't done it all, so no, I'm kidding.
For sure.
But Ian and Vinny are great this season. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Yeah. So obviously you've got some players kind of working their way back from injury. John Sheridan, Mario Nerbovic, both played key roles in that game, though. What's it mean to kind of have them back on this team?
It's definitely a big boost, especially since we don't have Jules this weekend. It's really been a big boost for us. We really haven't had Mari, John, and Jules active except for, I think, 5 minutes of our first Ottawa game.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we haven't played. We only played with those people for 5 minutes in one game. We had a full roster. And other than that, it's been a big boost for us. So I'm really excited to see how they keep doing. They're both extremely talented players, and they've definitely given us a big boost.
So a win here means the 5 seed in your next game. You're looking at either Rochester or League City. You're familiar with Rochester. I mean, you've seen League City before in the past. What do you think about your chances in that game? Is there a team you prefer to see out of those two?
I would honestly prefer to see both. I've never played League City before, so that would always be fun to play new people. I always am down to play a new team. That being said, I want revenge on Rochester from the beginning of the season.
3-0.
I think we could have at least stolen one game from them. So I would really like to get back out there and see if we can get another win against them. But either League City or Rochester, I know it's going to be a really tough game. Both are very physical teams. I'm actually really excited to see who's going to play and win that game.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for talking to us, Tyler. Good luck in your next game.